everyone. Welcome to this information session about our program 36 for 75. Essentially, we've been running this program for 3 years now, so we are currently opening our applications for our third cohort starting in 2021, which is very exciting. Today, I actually have here Dan Jacob, who is our 2020 cohort alumni. He's with a company called Versa. He's actually still a member of CIC, so he's just here to also give a little bit of insight on his experience with our cohort and his time here with us. So I just want to go ahead, I'm going to share my screen just to do a quick, simple presentation about the program itself, how the applications work. Then we can go into a little Q&A and discussion if anyone has any questions or comments. Okay, so 36 for 75 cohort. Essentially, we named it 36 for 75 because our building where we're located is 3675 Market Street. So we launched in 2018 here in West Philadelphia, and we took that name, essentially 36 founders for 75 days. And it's called that because if you're chosen for the program, 36 of the founders that are selected receive 75 days of free access to our CIC space, along with resources, networking opportunities, and specific programming for the cohort as well. So essentially the purpose of this program is to really lower the threshold and create accessibility for local founders and entrepreneurs who are really aligned with CIC's mission of creating positive impact in our communities, local and globally. So here on this first slide, we just have a really quick overview of some of the industries that have been represented by our past cohorts. As you can see from our 2019 to 2020, we've expanded just who represents the cohort and what different type of industries and backgrounds they come from. It's really important that I emphasize that anyone is welcome to apply for this program from any background, any industry, at any life stage of your business. Even if you just have an idea that you haven't even birthed yet, that's still very much welcome to apply. We're really just looking for the core of what your idea is and what your mission and purpose is for that idea. For last year's cohort, 61% of the startups were led from underrepresented communities. And we also had some strong representation with companies who also had a social impact mission. So once again, just realigning with CIC's mission to change the world through innovation. So we are currently taking applications for our third cohort. Applications close November 30th. And essentially, how to apply is very, very simple, really easy. We ask you to select 3 questions to choose from, and you respond to one of those 3 questions in a 60 to 90-second video, just really explaining your idea, the purpose of the idea, and really what it does for your community. So just to quickly go over the actual specific questions that you would choose for your application. The first one is, how is your idea going to change your industry's landscape? The second one being, how have you collaborated with your network to accelerate growth or build your business? And the third one, how are you putting Philly on the map? And just to go off of that last question, for applicants, we do see a lot more applicants from the Philadelphia area, but this is also open to just the general greater Philadelphia area. So we have seen applicants from New Jersey and from Delaware as well, and those are always welcome. So a couple of benefits just from the program itself as a member. The first thing, obviously, is the access to free space. So this is just what our co-working space looks like, which is library style seating. No assigned desks. Anyone who has access to the space can go in at any time, choose a desk for the day, work out of that space comfortably. You still have access to all the same amenities as all of our other clients do, including things like printing services, access to our kitchens and snacks, coffee, as well as usage of our conference rooms. So here's just a few more areas around our space that you would obviously have access to. We have really great phone booths for privacy, conference rooms for meetings, and open cafe spaces for meetings as well. I think one thing to point out with 2020 is the concern of safety and people coming back to the office. And I think it's something that CIC has worked really hard on to make sure that anyone coming back into the building feels as safe and comfortable as possible, while also being able to safely engage with others in the space as well. So we have things such as obviously the mask on rule at all times, mask required and mask optional conference rooms, touchless points all across our building with our doors and in our kitchens and all of our public spaces. Actually, I want to pass it over to Dan and ask him a question. He's actually been using our space pretty regularly. Dan, how do you feel like the space has been to work out of this year?
Yeah, I mean, during COVID, I didn't know when CIC was going to open back up, but I think CIC did a great job of like answering the call and, putting measures in place that make everyone feel safe. Like you mentioned, the touchless services, if there's temp checks, everything you touch is going to be cleaned as well. And it's just a great space to be in. During COVID, we kind of saw people slowly, get more comfortable coming back into the office. So it's been great. There's safety measures in place. So, we feel pretty comfortable being in office and working here all the time.
Awesome. That's great to hear. A couple other things just from the program itself. I think one big thing that we're really planning for 2021 is an extra emphasis on virtual programming and making sure that this stays valuable for our new cohort. Definitely this year, it was a lot of pivoting for everybody, I would say, across the board, and us as well. We really had to figure out new and creative ways to keep the cohort engaged and allow them space where they found it valuable for themselves. So next year, we're really utilizing on using this year as a learning point and a jumping off point to really structure out some planned programming that they can still virtually take part of, as well as inside our building, but really making sure that that virtual space is valuable and curated in a way that anyone in the cohort can really utilize and take away from. So I just want to jump over to the application process. I think this is really what the fun portion of this conversation could be about, some tips and tricks. I think a video application in itself is pretty unconventional. It may feel a little uncomfortable or out of your comfort zone for some people if you've never done one before. So really want to take this time to give a couple of tips and tricks, put your ease of mind if you're worried about doing something like this. Dan, how did you feel when you first saw that you had to enter using a video?
Yeah, it's definitely unique. Definitely never submitted like a video application before CIC's 36for75, but honestly, it was a lot of fun for us. And we definitely put a lot of production quality into it. We actually like found a photography studio, shot a video there.
I didn't know you did that.
It's funny because Minna showed me a couple of videos of the other applicants, and everyone has something so different. And I think it really matters more about the way you answer the question as opposed to the video production or anything like that. But since our actual company is centered around that space, we thought it'd be fun to answer the question and shoot the video at a photography studio. So yeah, it was definitely a unique experience, but it definitely was a lot of fun too.
Yeah, and I definitely think we noticed that about your application video, the fact that you were a creative company who catered to the creative community. So like you putting that extra spin on it really aligned with what you guys did, which we took notice of for sure. But yeah, I think what you said was right. You can make really whatever you want out of this experience. We're not expecting a movie or 1080 high quality videos. We've seen applicants who won the contest last year who were just filming themselves selfie style on their phone, but what really got across at the end of the day was their message, their business idea, and the purpose of their idea. So based off of that, I actually just want to show you, if this will work, just one example of an applicant video. Unfortunately, I was not able to download Dan successfully, so you will not be seeing his today. which he probably is happy about. Okay, sorry about that. I'm not sure where to go. Can you guys see this video that I'm, no? Okay. Let me try this. There we go. You can see that, okay. So this is one of our last year's members, Black and Mobile. Some of you may have heard of them. They were the first Black-owned delivery service in Philadelphia, and since last year, they've grown pretty quickly. Obviously, I think this is a really great example because, you know, the actual state of his job really required him to be on the road, on his feet at all times. So him filming this in his car, like probably while he's on the job, makes a lot of sense if you think back about it. But even just the fact that he was recording this on his phone, if you just listen to what he's saying, I think that's what came across more at the end of the day.
Minna, I personally can't hear it.
Oh no.
So when you share your screen, be sure to click, I think it's share computer audio.
I think that's if you go to the view options above, so like the drop-down menu at the top of Zoom. If you maximize that and then maybe click the more menu.
Oh, I see. Okay, okay.
Yeah, try that.
Now it's telling me to install the Zoom audio device.
Oh no.
I don't know what that means. I'm gonna try one more thing, and if it doesn't work, it won't work. It's okay. Sorry, everyone.
Fine.
And we've been featured on BET, Blavity, Fox
Okay, I'll
29.
start it over.
How you doing? My name is David Cabello, and I am the founder and CEO of Black and Mobile. Black and Mobile is the first Black-owned food delivery service in Philadelphia, and we are the first in the country to deliver exclusively for Black-owned businesses. We've been in business for 8 months, and we've been able to increase our social following from 800 to over 34,000. We've been featured on BET, Blavity, Fox 29, and a bunch of other news articles. And I've had over 500 people apply to work for me. So my plan with Black and Mobile is to take this to every city, hire thousands of people in our community, and help anyone not only locate Black-owned businesses, but we'll bring it right to your door. We like to say the culture delivered. The office space would definitely help me get more structured. I haven't had a home. I need the space to hire people, to have orientations, to work together in a co-working space. And again, I need a home for my business to go to the next level. So I do appreciate the opportunity to pitch my idea to you guys, and thank you for your time.
Yeah, so I think that was just a really great example, super straightforward. One important thing I think he did was really emphasize how he would utilize the benefits of this program to forward his business, which I think is something really great to make sure you include in your application. How would you utilize the resources at CIC, the space, the programming, to really help your business grow to the next level? Dan, do you have any other tips?
Yeah, I think David's video was really great because, like you said, it kind of shows what he's doing, for his company. Like he's on the go, and he's recording it, and he explained exactly how he's going to utilize the space. And he also talked about some of the things he's already accomplished. And it's just really cool to see some of the things he said he's wanted to do in that video, and now you're actually seeing him actually accomplish it. So that's really awesome. So I think talking about some of the things you've accomplished before, but also some of your goals that you can accomplish by having the space will really help have your application stand out. So.
What about for people who are like a little bit shy or have a hard time speaking in front of the camera? What kind of tips would you give them?
I mean, I totally feel them. And me, Gabe and I, my co-founder, we are both, at the time we were pretty, so we literally picked out a question, typed out an answer for it, rehearsed it like 3 or 4 times. That was probably like a 4th or 5th take that you saw in the video there. So I would say just make sure you're picking a question that you feel comfortable answering, and try rehearsing a few times. We made a Google Doc started, bouncing ideas off each other. So kind of make it a fun process for yourself, and it should ease the tension. It's not too scary after you rehearse after a few times.
Yeah, good point. And then I think the last thing that I wanted to mention is just the judging panel, and kind of what the judges look for when they're choosing the winners. So the judging panel this year, we're going to get together virtually, but usually we're in person, watching all the applicant videos together, having like an open discussion. So a few key things that they're looking for is delivery of the actual self. So were you engaging? Where was the passion? Was the energy there? The innovation and creativity of your idea, and I think just like your vision of how you would utilize this program as well. And then the actual content and business acumen of your idea itself. So can we see this as being a future success? How sound is your business idea? Those are just a few key things that the judges keep in mind when selecting the winners. So I think that was pretty much everything I wanted to go over about the program. Dan, did you have any other tips or like anything about your experience you wanted to point out?
Yeah, I think I want to share a little about our experience so far. When we first, applied, our business idea was actually a little bit different, and honestly, it was a little bit all over the place. But just from being here, we've met so many people, some of who actually work here now. I don't know if Gary's in this call right now, but Gary Johnson was in our cohort as well. He works here now, and he helped us out with our pitch deck as well too, and people like Karina. So there's a lot of community here that help you out with your business as well. So from the time we started to the time we have until now, we've refined our business model, our business in general, and we've gotten a lot more comfortable, doing things like this, speaking in front of other people. So yeah, our experience here has been really great. We've grown a lot, not just in the business, but as people as well. So I would definitely recommend applying because you get a lot more than this space. You get community here, which is invaluable, I would say. I know community is kind of like a buzzword nowadays, but I really do feel it here. And yeah, that's another reason to apply, I would say.
Yeah, I think it's great that you pointed that out. The aspect of community, it does seem like something like a lofty word sometimes, but it is really something we try and curate, especially within the 36 for 75 cohort. I think a lot of the business founders we see coming into this cohort are at similar stages in their business or have gone through similar experiences. And I think that's really unique about the community we have here, where we're really open-minded, non-judgmental, and members really feel safe coming to the group with like challenges or success stories, and really being able to show up as like their honest selves from a business standpoint, and really be able to learn and share with each other in a great way. Wanted to open it up to the group in case anyone had any questions here in these last few minutes. Dan, if you have any other thoughts, feel free to jump in. I'm also going to chat the link to the page about 36 for 75 to learn more about the applications if you're interested. But yeah, that was pretty much everything I had for today.
All right, so does anyone have any questions? I'm sure you can check out more on the website.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So if you were to receive this opportunity, when does it start?
Oh, great question, which I should have pointed out. So it starts January of 2021. Winners are selected the first couple of weeks of December, so you'll be hearing back towards the end of December, right before the holidays, and your membership would start in January of 2021. So I think that 25 days, business days, takes you out to April.
Good question.
Yeah, great question.
Any other questions in our last few moments?
Can you give examples of some of the resources that we would get?
Sorry, say that again.
Some of the resources?
Yeah, definitely. I think one really tangible example is we have really great partnerships and connections within our local community. One being our partner right in the building, the Science Center. which is a nonprofit, and they also have really great and diverse programming for startups and for entrepreneurs. We had one cohort member from this year, Tanya from Mom Your Business, was actually connected with someone from the Science Center who was really great at giving pitch feedback, pitch expertise. And after they were able to connect, Tanya was able to walk away with some really valuable information about how to present your pitch. And she was actually able to utilize that knowledge, turn it around, and share that knowledge with her team members as well. So her whole business is based around helping moms jumpstart their business to the next level. So she was able to utilize that connection and really enrich her programming for her own business. So utilizing those little connections like that is really a great way to learn about different other resources, but also just widen your net in terms of the value you walk away from.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much. I've learned a lot, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you again.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.